Yo, what's up? Maurice Bay Hip, Moorish American National. Um, just wanted to touch on uh, this document. Um, if you've seen it, I hope you understand it. Uh, shouldn't catch no type of negative comments because this is straightforward. If you can read, you know what I mean. You can decipher, and understand what's going on. Uh, this is a case law here. This is the Clearfield Trust Company versus the United States, Volume 318, United States Report, pages 363 to 371. The Clearfield Trust Doctrine. All right, let's read it. Clearfield Trust Company versus the United States. Right? Governments descend to the level of mere corporations and take on the characteristics of a mere private citizen, where private corporation commercial paper, Federal Reserve notes, that's your money that you call money, Federal Reserve notes, and securities, any kind of securities, right, that the government is taking as collateral for commerce, either bondage, securities, any kind of securities, checks, is concerned for purposes of suits. Such corporations and individuals are regarded as entities, entirely separate from government. So, when you have a government that indulge off into Federal Reserve notes, which is counterfeit paper, and the Constitution guarantees that silver and gold and silver was real currency, and that no state or any person, state entity, had the power to produce currency, which they didn't, because they gave you a paper and called it currency in exchange for the people's gold, and return with faith and belief that these debt notes will be once or sometime in the future repaid, which they can never be, because it's a debt note, right? It's a Federal Reserve note, all right? The Clearfield Trust Company versus the United States. What the Clearfield Trust Doctrine is saying, and established in stare decisis law, is that when private commercial paper is used by corporations, then the government loses its sovereignty status and becomes no different than any other mere private corporation. So, they are basically a private corporation like any LLC or any incorporation or any documented entity. They can be sued and hold liable for their actions. What they're doing here is basically a breach of trust underneath the Constitution and the oaths that they take to uphold the Constitution and to defend the Constitution from all foreign and domestic enemies. They're carrying out commerce on the people, right? Let's go to that second passage. As such, the de facto entity once deemed as legitimate government has failed its purpose and then becomes bound by the inferior and common rules and laws that govern private corporations, which means that if they, government officials, government agency, contractors, employees, or personnel, pretend or intend to demand, to enforce, or to compel any individual to some specific performance based upon its now private for-profit corporate status or upon its now private corporation rules, then the government, like any other private for-profit private corporation, must prevailingly be a holder in due course of a valid and verified contract or other evidentiary proof of a commercial agreement mutually made between it, the government or agency, and the one individual, a natural person, etc., upon who the compellment rule or demands for specific performance are made, and furthermore, the demanding person, allegedly to be government, must be willing to enter physical manifest contract or commercial agreement into evidence even before trying to get into the court to enforce its private commercial demands called statutes. The Clearfield Trust Doctrine versus the United States case is extremely important because it is a 1942 case litigated after the Erie Railroad versus Tompkins case, in which the one legitimate legislator in the judiciary colorable charge from legislating under public law, which is in harmony and in consonance with the American Constitution, and to the contrary, became breach of trust. Operatives and deviant foreign entities and actors doing foreign business and exercising foreign power activities and legislating under public policy according to foreign entities and actors doing foreign business and exercising foreign power activities and legislating underneath public policy according to accommodating to generating profits for and catering to the desire and the wish of the private foreign for-profit creditors of the United States Corporation, a private company. No, private corporate commercial paper and securities being privately owned Federal Reserve notes and the corporate state suspiciously created birth certificates constructed by administratively used by and sold by the private foreign owners, officers, employees, beneficiaries, profiteers, agents and agencies doing business as the United States of America Corporation Company, and by their charter and license, franchise, etc. These private corporate commercial paper contrivance have been and are deceptively traded as fungible instruments, such misrepresentation and deceptive practices have been and are declared by the United States Supreme Court as being criminal and felonious violations of the law. Securitization, which is the wrongful process and practicing of homologizing financial instruments into fungible securities, and the selling of such felonious instruments of the securities market is unlawful and illegal for private corporations. There you have it. Go ahead on and check it out. You know, when I first found this document, you know, and you know, it's sad because they are the government has lost its power, and it's basically infringing on people's rights. And then you have these little small companies, these little corporation entities who do cooperative agreements with the government, and you know, it's a breach against the Constitution and everything that it stands for. And this right here is relevant today. This is a 1942 case, and it's relevant today. You can look at this case right now and take this case and win against the government and on any manner when it's dealing with they're infringing on your rights and trying to hold you to this private commercial human trafficking program that they have going on. And it's sad, you know, and if you need this document, reach out to me, or you can get this document from any one of the Moorish brothers and sisters. Read it for yourself. You know, you can always pause the video. This was, you know, this document, you know, was, you know, and put away, and, you know, it had been smudged up, but, you know, we also have copies, clean copies of it, you know, on our database, in our database. But I wanted to go over it because, like I said, it was an important case to go over. And now that you know that these government, the government here is an entity, and that's all it would ever be, because it's dealing in the Federal Reserve notes, you know, and you know, they're supposed to be here to support the people and help the people. You know, in other words, they're taking the people and putting them into a paper bureaucratic slavery through contracts that don't have full disclosures, adhesive contracts, contracts with adhesions in them, you know what I'm saying, trickery, contracts that's, you know, made to trick you and make you waive your rights away. But you know, it's a deep document. Go ahead and check it out. Get back to me. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell for any more updates. I'm Maurice Bay, Moorish American National, and I'm out. Oh, another thing before I go. Make sure that you have your unabridged dictionaries, the older version dictionaries. When you're reading, you can look up a lot of these words, and your etymology dictionaries as well. Have those dictionaries. It's a little late right now where I'm at. Well, it's in the morning where I'm at. It's actually after 3 o'clock. So, like I said, I'm not at my best, you know what I'm saying, when I'm you know, but I'm still trying to get the work out and definitely stay in tune with what's going on and give you information. Do your own research. Judge it with your own heart. And if you want to be in denial after you find truth, I can't help you. You know what I mean? But like I said, you know, like, share, subscribe. I'm out.